No, hold up. He might be no. I don't think you
No,
ever
he's
go.
absolutely him for that.
Uh, I'm unsure as to what the idea is.
I'm
Are you trying to blink knockup or blink carpet?
No, yeah, blink all, dude.
Blink carpet sounds crazy.
you
If
know
that, if personally, if I get hit by that,
I
I don't
uninstall.
know how to react. Yeah, exactly.
I uninstall right there.
My game's tabbed out and I'm uninstalling.
Um,
That's crazy. That's technology.
that is technology. I think
Yeah.
overall, I think both teams kind of played to their. I think both teams had a game where they were just playing to their strengths, playing their drafts like kind of how they should be playing. And then game three, was kind of just who threw at FG harder. Watching it live, it
It
was
was
kind of
messy.
it was sloppy.
Hmm.
It was not the best, but overall battle of attrition. Nagasune take this, especially because for a lot of that game they held a lot more of the early game keys. Had a little bit of fumbles in the mid game, but managed to pick it back up going into the late game, especially around that 45-minute mark, where they finally put it together. They've got their fight straight, and they're able to uh just win it. They were able to just win, as Expert would always eloquently put it. Talk onto your own set now. You two are the Legionnaires.
We did.
What's the deal with that one, huh?
Well, my thoughts about this set is it's really hard to kind of take away a satisfying victory when they don't have their best player. Because unfortunately, Narco Marco got scheduled diffed. He had something going on. And, they had a sub who wasn't the best, kind of costing them at least a couple sets or both, a couple games with kind of how he was building and how he was playing. But, I mean, I still think the Legionnaires are probably the team to beat. But that's only if they're at full strength, right? Because kind of going away from this game, I kind of went nuclear in the second game. But that was because we were kind of allowed to do it because we weren't getting kind of pressured like we know Narco Marco can give.
Right.
But other than that, yeah, not much to take away, not a satisfying victory.
I mean,
but I'm excited to face them at full strength in the future.
I will say, I think your guys' drafts were just kind of gross. You guys had really gross drafts, like really, especially your game 2 draft, able to grab the Chernobog, the Ganesh, the Amy, even get you on your signature Habwa. Like, kind of had the keys to the kingdom there. He kind of absolutely just give them a little rustle in their hair. You were just, I don't know, bullying them.
Yeah.
And even game 1, you guys, I think overall, I think your team has some of the better drafts I've seen so far. Game 1, even getting stuff like the Oleron Thor, Athena, like best thing to get in response is like Wukong Charon. So yeah, overall, I think you guys played it really well. Legionnaires not their full strength, so kind of get to hang their hat on that.
Yeah, and we still got some things to work out as well still, because that guy Cairo Tonser is kind of a demon mode. Man was 2 levels on Devin 6 minutes into the game, and Devin didn't even die. So
I mean,
we gotta get our farm up again.
Cairo would just steal everything from jungling. Cairo would just be like, nope, my back camps. Nope.
Yeah.
I swear, if he could just be to every shield buff and steal that, he would too.
I agree.
Milo, I'm gonna throw you a curveball. Okay. I'm gonna have you talk about this Ghouls Snails set. Ghouls take it 2-0 over the Snails, and we're gonna put you on the spot now.
Okay.
So Ghouls versus Snails, thoughts?
So, well, from what I could see right now, did Kuzco play Wukong jungle?
Kuzco did play Wukong jungle. Yes, you are reading that right.
I mean, the game 2, Kuzco kind of just ran with it. The game 1, though, I'm not sure. This just looks crazy. I see a Yorm solo. I see Wukong. They kind of just have good picks.
They kind of just have good picks.
Their dive's kind of crazy. They got Yorm solo, set mid, and Wukong dive. That's a nightmare.
I mean,
Um,
yeah.
that's a nightmare. I see this shit in my dreams, and I'm waking up in a sweat. That's
Mm.
horrible. Yeah, this game too. It just looks like a Coos Code, kind of just a Coos Code show. Kiki Jiki doing some numbers too, but Coos Code kind of just ran away with the game too. 14 kills.
Expert, what does the Coos Code game look like from your perspective?
A
What is-
Coos Code game. That looks like a 13-13-0 stat line to me. Yeah, he's absolutely getting in there, but he's not getting out more than 1 kill, and he's absolutely not getting out well enough.
I mean,
That's a Coos Code game, if you ask me.
yeah, we see the 14 game 1 looks like a very very traditional Coos Code game, going
Yeah,
9
too
11
soon.
9, just getting in there, making space, making sure that Rim and Presties are able to walk up carefree. But game 2, kind of, as Milo said, just looked like a Coos Code show. Coos Code did it. He went in, he managed to get a bunch of kills without dying. His team, assuming, played around him. Actually,
He might have done it on his own.
see, that's the thing, man. I feel like if he does it on his own, we see 10 more deaths.
Yeah.
Who's
Yeah,
gonna
you might
will
be
see
right.
blood in the water and just always go for it. So I mean, this is a classic Hughes Code moment. Hawk, what are your perspectives as the resident Shallows player?
I just think I like the drafts way better on the Ghouls side.
Mm-hmm.
They really drafted hard dive, and all they really had on the other side to peel was the Emoja, considering they went a full damage Hades. And it just seems like even if Hades gets in there, he's just gonna get blown up by Set, Freya. Not much he can do there. And then game 1, this is an insane comp.
Mm-hmm.
Because you have Yorm creating space, and you have dive from your mid laner, your ADC, and your jungle, especially pairing the X ball with the rat.
I mean, your support too.
And then kind of, yeah, Ganesh just kind of can do both very, very well. I think I just like the drafts a lot better.
Yeah.
And it showed.
Mm-hmm. Overall, Ghouls had a really good bounce back week. Kind of put it together again as we said that we wanted them to. Just kind of did their job. Going on to our final shallow sets to recaps, we have Priest 2-0ing the Station Chefs. Hawk, you have extra insight on this, as you usually do.
Do I?
Yeah, I mean,
Which set? Oh,
Priest
yeah,
versus Station Chefs. Yeah, I think you do.
well, I mean, this Anthony Senpai guy is really coming out showing that he's probably one of the best mid laners in the league. That guy goes insano every game. And then, game 2, Gold Hauberg tried to copy, my style. Didn't perform as well, but he did well. He did fine. And I think this, playing without Kaneno on the side of the Station Chefs really hurt them.
Mm-hmm.
To be fair, because I think Chaos Kuzumbo goes really hard in the support role. Really didn't show out in jungle. I just think they needed that star player from Koneno to really compete with this Priest team.
Yeah. Casting this live also at twitch.tv/Black and League. Extra plug there.
Twice.
2 whole sets on a roll now. So game 1, Uchi just kind of got sat on. He was just playing all around. He was kind of just out of position, and Gaia was able to find a lot. I believe he found 2 or 3 solo kills on the Uchi, but every single time, like, Auberg was just there right after to just kill him. So it's like he never got anything. And overall, game 1 was a bit more of a blowout, despite what the numbers say. It was just kind of a drawn out game where Auberg and Anthony just stat pad. It's not actually stat padding, but it was basically stat padding, just kind of just killing them repeatedly. But they couldn't quite, have their ADC live through a fight to take an objective. So it's just like, oh well, guess we gotta kill them more. So once Uchi eventually lives the fight, we see them kind of knock down the Titan for the game 1. And game 2 was Station Chefs so much early game. like, I think Chaos Gazebo starts off like 5-0 at like 14 minutes, which is like kind of nuts. That you're Robin at like 14 minutes, 5-1, and Auberg was kind of having a rough early game. Uchi was having a rough early game, but maybe we'll put it together. Back-to-back fights, Auberg gets like 3-man waves, which is like, if you're hitting those, you just win the fight every time. And yeah, Priest just look really consistent. They do seem to have a glaring weakness out of their ADC, but maybe with a bit more drafts, more catered to keeping Uchi as safe as possible. Maybe this is something that we can see fixed rather soon. But yeah, that's the recap stuff. And now we have the week 3 matchups. Okay, Exert, my good friend, you get to talk again. How does it feel?
Oh, that's awesome.
I know.
It feels great.
I know it does. Yeah, feels great to not.
Yeah, I was watching Twitch chat. I saw Milo use an exclamation point. And having to say
Absolutely.
muted was just a lot of work. That was like, why using punctuation? Like, are you kidding
Twitch
me?
have
chat
to.
punctuation has got to go hard. But yeah, so currently going to be going over predictions for Abyss starting off. So, Expert, my good friend.
So, I'm gonna say the same thing I said last week
Mhm.
about the foreman. I really believe in this team. I think Kaizo, Burger Boy, Helenu, midfield, it's just insane.
It's just insane.
And I really want to see them work well together. And I think they can work well together. I mean, I think obviously the Revenants, that team, that's the team they're playing, right?
That
Yeah.
is the team they're playing, yes.
Yeah. Sorry, it's hard to see for me. Not because of stream, it's because I have bad eyesight. Yeah, I mean, obviously they showed out last week. They 2-0'd the Destroyer team. That was really impressive to me. And I don't have any logic to back this, but I just think Foreman are gonna win this game. Win this set. I just think Burger Boy Kaizo just get it on.
Do you think this is the set where they are able to put it all together, make it bounce
Yeah, they'll
back?
find a way to win.
I think I'm on the other side of the fence. I don't know. I think that this Revenant team has like taken games close, but I just think that they've just been like drafting and playing just really well. I'm gonna say it's a 2-1. I'm gonna say we're gonna see the first ever Abyss 2-1 this season out of these two teams. Hawk, as you're gaining more and more ball knowledge, what do you think about this Abyss set?
I'm kind of on your side. I think the Revenants are just really, really strong right now. And I think the Foreman also, hopefully, come out swinging and click next week. I'm gonna probably say it's gonna be a 2-1 on the side of the Revenants, just because of from what I've seen so far. This Revenant squad is very, very good.
Just very
And
lethal.
yeah,
But yeah, on to our second Abyss set. We have Swarm versus Gekukujo. Expert, we'll start off with you again.
I think the Swarm team is just heading their stride at, like, maybe not the right time, but at a good time. Beginning of the season, it's like it always feels good to get early wins.
Yeah.
I think Justin Hu, it's just clearly just insane.
I mean,
The guy must be him.
if you have that kind of a
I
performance
think
again, like
yeah, I mean, I think like Destroyer's really good, but I think you just need more of his team's pieces to click, and I think that's just come later down the road. So for now, I'm gonna take Swarm in a 2-0.
Swarm in a 2-0. Hawk, what are you kind of leaning towards?
I'm saying Swarm 2-0 because I think we're all on the Justin Hu train.
So I'm gonna say I'm in the Swarm. I'm gonna say Swarm 2-1 as well. I think that I think Destroyer just gets a game. Like I think Destroyer just kind of has a pop-off game, just takes one off, not really able. And then I'm imagining games 2 and 3, Destroyer just gets sat on. Justin Hu just picks a god to just sit on Destroyer and only Destroyer. And yeah, I think that overall, I think it's gonna be a 2-1. I want to see more of Kukujo's pieces start to click together, as Expert said, and I think Swarm have kind of already clicked pieces, so it's just keeping those pieces clicked and moving it more so towards the mid and end of regular season. And then now we get Deep Sea. I'm not going to start with you, Expert. I'm not, because I already know what I'm going to hear. Milo.
I'll say it for the guy because I know what he wants to say.
Say it for the boys
Quick,
in the back.
easy 2-0. I have faith in the boys.
So what are your guys'... I'll ask you this now, just in case I don't talk to you until after this set. What are you guys' expectations going into this set? Like, more so, like... I guess not really problem, like, I will say problem points for the other team. Like, who are you expecting on the other team to really have that kind of, like, if they are going to have a pop-up performance against you, who do you expect to, I guess?
I would have to look towards Seaman,
Mhm.
honestly. I think
Huh?
if there was someone on the team who's just gonna drag them to an absolute win, it would be him.
Milo, what are your expectations going into this set?
Yeah, I think I think if they're going to win, it'll be through Seaman.
Mhm.
I think that our team, the Pipers, is just overall stronger.
Okay.
I have to keep it tame because very severe bias here.
I could never.
Why?
This is I. Usually I was sure to kind of like punch back and just be like, "Nah, you guys suck." But unfortunately, with no
Oh, you
Azure,
guys suck.
there we go. Thank you, Hawk.
Thank you, Hawk.
With no
Oh,
Azure comes
Thank you, Hawk.
slightly more bias, but it's not the end of the world. So I'm in the same boat. I think you guys should just 2-0. If you guys, as long as you guys don't make some like weird decision and like put Expert on like Achilles.
Or like Hercules
my
dash
God,
Hades into his backline.
That also might that would also be a weird decision. I do agree.
I'm playing Herc again, dude.
Yeah, that's fun.
Expert,
Yeah, you won't be there to suffer.
Expert, the MVP for any team that is going against Pipers. But yeah, I think you guys should just have it in the bag. Hawk, your thoughts? Since I already know the answer to these two.
Yeah, I'm gonna say probably a 2-0
Mhm.
for the Pipers. I think that the Chefs honestly came out a lot stronger than I thought, and I hope they get through and kind of start clicking, start pulling off wins to prove that they are a better team. But I think right now probably Pipers is the team to beat. So I'm gonna have to say until proven wrong, that it's probably a 2-0 for the Pipers.
All right. Going into a team we didn't see last week, we have Helots versus Fiends. Fiends taking their bye week. So we'll start with you, Expert. So Helots versus Fiends. Where are you kind of going there?
I think it's very obvious we're going straight to the jungle, where Azure will not be beating the fraud allegations yet again. Because Power is just absolute. This is Azure's team, right?
This is not
This is
Azure's
not the
team.
Azure team.
Next team.
Are
is
you
the Azure.
kidding me?
Next on it. We can slander
You better
Azure
go on a
right
Oh my
whole rant
God,
about the
dude.
fraud
You
allegations.
just couldn't
I
help
gotta
it.
look at a whole different. Oh, this was the team that lost.
It was
This
simmering.
is the
My
team
bad,
that
my bad.
lost to the Azure team week 1.
Well,
This
I
is-
won't talk bad about my boy Things Go Boom, so I'll go somewhere else, I guess.
Okay.
It's not the Things
Um,
Go Boom team either.
It is.
Yeah, well, I don't want to talk bad in the ADC either. He's good.
No, it's not.
I'll
Things Go
just say they'll
Boom's
just
on the
generally
Tyrant.
lose. I think the Fiends are just clicking earlier in the season. They're clicking better.
Yeah.
I think they should have individual pieces that are just, like they probably played together before something. Cause they honestly look great playing together.
Yeah. I think Power has just drafted a very, like, if I'm gonna say that there's gonna be a super team, this would be like the one that looks the most like a super team. You have like Power, you have Cosmic, you have Bud, like, just that team's just stacked. Milo, your thoughts on the Fiends versus the Helots situation?
So I just need to see a transformation of their draft because I've not been a fan of the Helots draft.
Yeah.
I think this is still just going to be a 2-0 Fiends. I like the pieces that they're putting out right now from the Fiends are just playing better.
Yeah.
Than the Helots are. And I think they're also drafting good teams.
All
So I think
right,
it's just gonna be Swift.
just Swift to
Swift, yes.
Hawk as a former Hellet and a former Powa
Mhm.
teammate.
Well, I was teammates with both people on each team,
You were?
actually.
Yeah.
I could never. I'm gonna just to be different. I'm gonna say that this is a 2-1 for the Fiends, just because from the words of an anonymous person, the Fiends they're beatable. They're not the super team that everyone says they are.
Mhm.
And I hope that the Helots have kind of gone through after the last 2 weeks and kind of gone through, realized their mistakes, realizes their problems, and kind of work to fix it. So hopefully that they come out strong in this set. And I'm gonna say it's a 2-1. But love Powa, love Trexie, so I can't really root against either of them. So
Right on, right on. Okay, going into our next set. Now, expert, we're at the Azure team, so it's going to be
Wow.
the Game Changers team, the team I can't pronounce, versus Tailed Beast. This is going to be the Deathly team, Azure, or not Azure, expert. So now you
I
can
hate you.
go into your whole rant about fraud allegations.
I hate you.
Okay, well,
Okay, well, I think that there's an absolute gappage going on in 4 roles for the Tail Beasts. I think that's everywhere except for jungle.
right.
So I think it should be a quick 2-0 for them. I think they finally they just had an unfortunate schedule. I think.
Mm-hmm.
Like I think playing us is just really unlucky for any team's record.
Thank you,
'Cause,
expert.
they have no chance against us.
Thank you, expert.
That's unfortunate. Like, yeah, I have them winning 2-0.
Tailed Beast 2-0. Milo, what are your kind of thoughts going?
Honestly, so hold on, really quick. Onahote,
Onohonte? I don't know.
is that
I
a
don't know.
you're adding an N, Carly. It's
I
Anahote. You're right.
On a Hotia.
okay? Honestly, I'm not sure it's as cut and dry as Extra makes it out to be. Jexamus is a really good solo laner. Arguably, I think he could be just better than Deathly, straight up. So I think if that team's gonna win, it's gonna be through their solo jungle. Given Cyber doesn't play, which I don't know what's today or what's tomorrow. Friday.
Friday.
He might not play.
I imagine that it's gonna be another Cyber no show.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
So most likely Evelyn gonna be stepping back into that jungle.
Yeah, so I'm thinking honestly, I think it's 2-1 on Ohote.
All right. We're going something very different out of the two Pipers boys. Hawk as the kind of tiebreaker.
Yeah. So I have to agree with 2-1 on the side of Onahote. I hope that we get to see a Cyber debut, but I think even then, I think this Onahote squad has proven that they're playing very well together, very strong, and I have always been an Azure supporter. So I am supporting them. Yeah, no, I think that kind of like the Helots, this Tails Beasts need to start clicking before they really kind of start to prove that they are as good a team as they are on paper. So I'm gonna have to say 2-1 Onahote.
I'm gonna go in the 2-1 direction, but I'm gonna go 2-1 Tail Beast. I think this Tail Beast squad, I think they should look good in this set. I think they should be able to pick what they want, draft how they want, get Dallo on a Dallo God, get Caleb on something he can be aggressive on with. Like, I kind of just want to see them go back to what they were doing last season. I feel like this would kind of help them a lot. Just go for something aggressive. Go for a W key style of comp. And I think Onahote is a good testing ground for that. So I think Tailed Beasts they should take this 2-1, but I think the Azure effect is gonna be able to cinch out at least one game. On to our last Deep Sea set, we have Journeyman versus Race. I'm gonna start with you, Hawk, as a former Journeyman. Journeyman versus Race. Where do you see the set going?
I'm gonna have to say that I think it's gonna be a 2-0 Journeyman
Mm-hmm.
because I think that Omni and Drezi are just playing very well together. And I think we talked about last time that the Wraiths are all in the wrong roles. So maybe they get that figured out, but I think it's just gonna be a 2-0. Pretty clean for the Journeyman. I hope the Wraiths prove me wrong and show that they're here, considering they've only played one set so far.
Yeah, and showing up as well. That's
Yeah.
always the easy part, really.
Oh yeah.
Expert as a
Okay.
known race doubter. What do you
Yeah,
think
yeah,
going
yeah.
into this set?
So on the assumption that both teams show up,
Okay.
full rosters and everything like that.
Okay.
This might sound weird. I think it's gonna be a 2-1 in the form of the Journeymans. 'Cause I think the Wraiths, they're just gonna do something weird. Like I played Plumber Physics DZN on
Mhm.
Sunday last week, and he played Morgan Le Fay solo,
Right.
and that was completely shocking to me. And I think Hunter Big Malls, he has weird stuff too. I
Mhm.
think they'll just have one game, do something super weird and get a win
Right.
over the Journeyman. But I think it'll be like that's probably gonna make game one something,
Mhm.
and then after that it'll be quick games.
Yeah. So you're thinking that it's a 2-1 to Journeyman.
Yeah.
All right. Milo, a good friend. Journeyman
Yeah.
versus race. Where are you cooking?
Honestly, with how this Journeyman team's looking, they're not dropping games. They kept the Fiends competitive.
Mhm.
I think this might just be a 2-0 for the Journeyman.
Mhm.
Especially if the Wraiths are gonna do their little off rolling thing that they've been doing. Um, I think if they put their players in their main roles, it's a lot more competitive than that. But with how they showed week one and then week two, unfortunate. I just expected 2-0 from the Journeyman.
Yeah, I think I'm in the 2-0 camp. Maybe a 2-1, but I think I'm more so leaning to the Journeyman. I think Journeyman just looked really good last week. I think they just put it together. Have it going competitive with the Fiends also helps a lot. Helps make it so, especially week one Fiends, where I feel like that roster is gonna be a bit nuts because of the star power you have on that roster. So I think them going in and putting it together like that in week one is promising. Week two, they show even more promise. Just Swift 2-0 for them. So I think I'm in the same boat. I think that Journeyman should just win. And then Tyrants have their bye week. They get to lick their wounds after losing to the Chefs. And on to Fledglings versus Station Chefs. Both teams eating losses last week. One of them in 2-1, the other in 0-2. Hawk, my good friend.
Mm-hmm.
Ball knowledge.
Ball knowledge. That's
Ball
all you
knowledge.
have. Okay. I think I'm gonna call this set a 2-1 in favor of the Fledglings.
Mm-hmm.
On kind of actually hard because we haven't seen the Station Chefs at full strength, so it's really hard to gauge kind of how good they are compared to other teams. But if they're not playing Koneno, if they're not all in the right roles, probably a 2-1 or 2-0 Fledglings. But I think honestly this will be a very close set and probably very fun to watch as well.
Mm-hmm. Buckwheat passive, there is a good chance that just one game just gets tossed. Not to say it's Buckwheat's fault, but like it's a Buckwheat team. It's gonna happen. Games will be tossed. I'm in the same boat. I think it's a Fledglings 2-0. I think the day that we are Fledglings 2-1, I think the day we see a 2-0 from Fledglings is the day we see like hell freeze over. I just don't think it'll happen for a while. Yeah, over. Yeah, kind of my thoughts. Next up, we have two sets that's already happened. I guess down.
Let me predict these.
Yeah, Milo, can you give your predictions for these next two sets?
Okay, so who do we got? We got Legionnaires, Little Noms.
Yeah.
Honestly, I just expect Narco Marco to be coming back, dropping a nuclear warhead. I'm thinking like an 11-2-5 Hades performance, game
That
Oh
one.
no way!
really? That's
Yeah.
oddly specific.
Yeah, and then I think I have him game 2 just going undying 608
Uh-huh.
and kind of just honestly, these guys just kind of had their way with this Lil Noms team.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Then I expect him to drop the worst tier list ever the next day.
overall, I think that this Legionnaires team bounced back really well. Nom's not having the best week in the world after their bye week, but hoping that this will be kind of just, a little bit of rust they were just shaking off in the bye week, hoping it's something like that. Hoping it's not something that will be staying for a while. Overall, Legionnaires, they just played well. He just didn't. Narco came back and just slapped him up, both on this Hades and this Arthur. Performed absolutely brilliantly on both. I think their drafts were, I think Legionnaires' drafts were just better than they were last week. I think that their drafts were just very cohesive. They outdrafted the other team in both games. Overall, very happy with them. And then we have onto our other set that's already been played. Miley, you want to predict this one as well?
Ooh. I don't really have ball knowledge in this one, but probably a 2-1
Uh-huh.
in favor of the Triton Snails. You
Uh-huh.
know, let me
Let
I'm trying
me
to project what's going on in my
try to
in my head
project.
here.
Yeah. Do you
I
ever
think,
see? Do you foresee like a Nuwa just crying?
yeah, that's what I'm seeing right now. I'm seeing a new kind of just dominate in one of these games.
Just an
Not sure for
absolute
which team
absolute
yet,
nyan
but
nyan moment, you know?
yeah, yeah, 100%. And then I think I see a maybe a Freya takeover
Mm-hmm.
in this set as well.
Yeah.
And then honestly, this game 3, I can't even think.
Can't even fathom.
Zapsy gets Kronos, I think. I think he'll play Kronos game 3. Like another Hades will do some things in solo, very
Mhm.
devious things.
They just absolutely menacing.
Yeah.
But yeah, Snails, they bounced back really well after having a bit of a rougher week 1 and 2, able to find their first set win, and overall just they put it together. I think that they had a few hiccups along the way, especially game 1. Sab and Timbo have putting on an absolute clinic. And overall, this Hades was kind of the big point of contention this entire set. We only see overall the pick goes 2-1, and it just overall Snails just played a really good set. Now we're gonna give a surprise expert one. All right, expert.
Are you kidding me?
Dude, how is Apprentices and Ghouls gonna go in
Oh,
your
shit.
opinion?
Let me pull up their match history.
Uh-huh.
Oh god.
Apprentices
Oh
currently.
man, why could you have asked me like the Bards game? I watched theirs last week.
Because I know you watched theirs last week. I know you didn't watch
Okay,
this
green team versus
team
not green
versus
team.
not green team. Hawk is
Okay,
on
let's
the
see.
green
Green team
team.
lost. Who's on the not green team?
Not
Which
green
team's that?
team. That's a Cusco team.
Oh no. Okay, yeah, I'll take green team 2-0. It'll be a jungle diff. I believe this Hawk could take it. Are you playing jungle?
Hawk?
Yes.
Okay, that's what I thought by looking at screenshots. That I definitely looked at.
Definitely.
Yeah, it'll be a jungle diff. This Hawk could take care just absolutely him. Going against someone who's not him, known as Cusco.
Mhm.
So
Hawk, going into the set,
non-green.
what kind of expectations do you have going into this? Do you expect a Tubo? What are you conjure?
I always look at things objectively, and I think that the Ghouls are a good team. And I
Uh-huh.
think we will have to make sure that we kind of deal with some of the issues and punish their positioning to kind of win this set pretty easily. But like, I think it's going to be a close set. I think I'm hoping a 2-0, maybe a 2-1 from us, but I don't expect us losing, I'll be honest. But they're very good. Like, don't get me wrong.
Good team.
But
Just do you expect your 2-0?
yes, 2-0, hopefully not 2-1, but probably.
All right.
I just think we're clicking right now and really kind of playing together, and we're very open to getting better, which is what I really enjoy. So
Always fun to see. That's the podcast. Thank you everyone for watching. What's everyone make for dinner tonight?
I'm ordering out. I don't know yet.
What are you ordering?
Probably some devious, horrible Skyline. I've been craving Skyline. Yeah, it's
yeah,
like
aren't those
like Coney
road
dogs.
banned?
What?
What?
Skyline? Aren't those not legal on the road?
I'm
You
not
guys
picking
don't
up
know
right
cars.
now.
You guys don't know cars.
I
That's fine.
don't know cars.
Sorry,
No.
I don't. I'm
Yeah,
not
we're
picking up
not
what you're
car
putting down.
knowers here.
No,
You have like
Those
I
two
play
boys in the
people.
back-
Smite, dude.
You have two people
I know
that like.
Ferrari
boys
go
in the back.
fast.
Those boys in the back that know, and they know.
Expert, what are you eating for dinner tonight?
Well, I had some chicken. It wasn't amazing.
Okay,
I'm probably gonna go eat like some ice cream or something for dessert. Cause I'm really hungry.
really fat.
That's my soul.
No, I'm
Whoa.
not fat. I'm just really hungry.
Let my
Char-
soul eater
Charlie,
eat ice cream.
Charlie, I haven't eaten food in 2 days. I'm
Oh,
really
God.
hungry.
Oh God. All right.
Well, besides the chicken, but
He's just He's just uses photosynthesis.
Photosynthesizing. And
Yeah.
Hawk, when you eventually eat dinner at 10 in the morning,
Did you say 10 in the morning?
yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Let's see.
What are you gonna eat at 10 in the morning?
You'll never guess. Probably some
Soy
chicken.
wings?
Probably some rice, and probably a vegetable of sort.
I
Crazy, I know.
hate all of you. All right. Thank you guys for watching.
wait, Charlie, shut up.
Okay.
It worked.
Yeah, thank
It's
you
like
guys.
it's like Azure was here the whole time.
It's like he was here the
Yeah.
whole time. Thank you
I'm
guys
gonna
for
haunt
watching,
everybody.
and have a good week. We will see you back here tomorrow for some more actual sets being played.
Bye.
Bye.